Hello everybody, welcome back to another stream. It's been a little while, we had a busy week last week, but we are back streaming and we are here in XP12 looking absolutely beautiful right now. I mean, look at those atmospherics, absolutely beautiful. I've not flown in quite a while. I think it's been over the week since I've done a flight. So we'll see how this goes. We are just doing a generic flight today. We are heading from here in Inverness in Scotland, and we're going to be heading down to East Midlands Airport, my local in our brand new CUDA cargo livery, by the way, which I just released today. If you did want to download it and try it out yourself, because we're flying the Toliss A321 with the P2F, the passenger to freighter mod, as well, as you can see. So we are flying a freighter A321 today in the CUDA cargo colors. It's going to be pretty beautiful. Do let me know if the stream is still up. I'm receiving an error message. But if it's all okay, then we should be good to go then. Yes, there is. It's a mod. It's by XP Javelin on the forum. So if you just type A321 P2F mod, it should come up on Google. It's a super simple install, and my livery is, of course, compatible with it. But yeah, it's really easy install. So, one for welcome to the stream as well, by the way. So let's jump into the cockpit here, and I will just enable very quickly XP realistic. There it goes. And let's take a look at the route today then. So I'm still receiving this error from YouTube, so let me know if the stream is okay. If it's lagging, do let me know. But we are here at Echo Golf Papa Echo, which is Inverness. We're going to be departing runway 23, which is this one. So we're probably, I imagine they'll make us backtrack. I don't think we can take Echo. That's too small of a taxiway, I think. But we'll see. Okay, in fact, we can probably go here. I don't know. Yeah, we might actually be okay. But we'll see when the time comes for the taxi. Then we're going to be heading down past Glasgow, over here, down into back into England, over Manchester, and then into East Midlands Airport. Ginger Ninja, welcome. How's it going, my friend? Glad to have you here. So yeah, that's the route today. About 1 hour, about 55-minute flight time, roughly. Not too bad at all. Should be a nice flight. Of course, East Midlands is not just our local, but it's a huge cargo hub, so I thought it'd be perfect for today's stream. So let's close that. Now X-Plane is absolutely eating my GPU for breakfast, so I'm just going to change the time here. I wonder if that will help a little bit with the performance. It will indeed. Maybe if I set it back to live weather, now live time, will that fix itself? Nope, it just, I think this time of day really struggles for FPS, and I don't really know why. But there you go. I'm just going to start the flight on Valanta real quick in the background. A321, there it is. So yes, we are in the CUDA cargo livery. It's a bit loud, I do apologize. But yeah, CUDA cargo livery, as you can see, things are actually being loaded, which is pretty cool, into the aircraft. All available to download. Link it's on the forums. Is the livery, or you can head to my Discord. I've got a channel with all the links to my channel liveries. We've got the Zebo 737 livery, and we've got the A321 in the CUDA cargo livery, and the regular passenger variant as well, livery as well, if you do want to go ahead and check those out. Sim Crush Flyer, welcome. How's it going? Nicholas, how did you get a SAM working? Doesn't work for me, and I purchased it. SAM is broken. Unfortunately, it is abandonware. So yeah, I wouldn't have recommended purchasing it. I really don't like when developers do this, where they leave their product for sale and are not actively working on it and know the product is broken. They should really take it off sale if it's a broken, abandoned product, so people aren't wasting their money. So yeah, I would try and get a refund if you can, Nicholas, unless you bought it a long time ago. But yeah, no, SAM doesn't work. This is actually by the same developer as the passenger to freighter mod. It's by XP Javelin. It's a freeware it's a freeware Lua script add-on for the ground services. It's called SGES. Simple Ground Equipment Services by XP Javelin on the forum, completely for free. That's what I use. I think it's the best, to be honest, best option, especially considering it's free as well. Right, so let's see here. Yeah, I don't know why YouTube is giving me this error, if I'm completely honest. Stream status is still... I think it might be okay now, actually, which is good. So, brilliant. Let's get going then. So, let's get the batteries on using the COSP sound pack today. Let's do that. Alrighty. External power. Aircraft comes to life. External power. Sorry, emergency exit lights. No smoking sign. Auto. Nav and logo can go to 1. Passenger seatbelt signs will stay off. We don't have any passengers today. We'll go crew supply, ground control, and we'll get the ADIS on. I'll get the FPS counter off there for you guys. And there we are. Alrighty. So we'll let the aircraft self-test. Now, technically, the aircraft is going to think we are still carrying passengers. That's fine. It's not a true P2F mod, of course, but it's the closest we can get. Ah, okay, I see, Nicholas, yeah. No, it is unfortunate that Sam... it was a great add-on back when it was working, so yeah, it's an abandoned... It's a shame it was abandoned, to be completely honest, but there you go. Alright, everything is on board then. Let's head down here. Do we have same tensions? Oh, we do. Perfect. Alright. I think once we get out of Inverness, our frames will get better. Look, streaming really takes a lot of frames out of X-Plane because I'm live and it's using my GPU and all that sort of stuff, so it makes it a little bit difficult. Let's go to init and we'll init request that that route from SimBrief. There it goes. Flight level 370, CUDA 818 is all correct. We'll align the IRS. Wind, we will request that. There it is. Owen Wilson, welcome. How's it going, my friend? Glad to have you here. Right, init B, that's all fine. Looking good. Let me very quickly turn the cabin crew off. There it is. We don't need them today. We are flying cargo. So we should probably go ahead and get our clearance, shouldn't we? So let's head down here. Now we have ATIS and we have tower, so let's get our ATIS and we can shout to tower and get our clearance. So we go 109er for the ATIS. What? ATIS frequency 109.2 according to the chart. But we can't actually tune that, can we? And Inverness doesn't seem to be picking up the ATIS frequency from same tensions. I don't see one. Alright, well, let's just get our clearance, I suppose, then. That's an interesting one. On the chart, on the airport info chart on Navigraph for Inverness, the ATIS frequency, it says 109.2, which you can't normally tune, so I'm not sure what that's about. Right, we'll go straight to tower then. 118405. So 118405, put that in. Alright, let's get our clearance then. Let's see, what stand are we on? I have no idea what stand we're on. It doesn't actually say. Right. Yeah, that's fine. We're on the south apron though, so we can tell them that. Inverness Tower, CUDA 818, aircraft type Airbus A321. We're at the south apron. Request IFR clearance to East Midlands, please. And we'll see what they come back with here.
I'll have your clearance in just a second. CUDA 818, information current. Cleared to East Midlands. After departure, fly radar vectors, gusty departure, runway 23. Initial climb to 4,000. Departure on 122.60. 5 squawk, 2555.
Clear to East Midlands after departure, fly radar vectors, gusty, departure runway 23, initial climb to 4,000, departure on 122.605, squawk 2555, CUDA 818. Alright, there's our clearance. So departure runway 23, that's what we planned. Initial climb is up to 4,000.
CUDA 818, read back correct.
Departure 122.605, so I'm going to put that in here in the standby, so that's all ready for when we need it after departure. Uh, 605, there it is. Squawk 2555. So 2555, and that is all in. I'm going to close the door. Continue here with the flight plan. So we're departing runway 23, and it's going to be no SID. To insert that, we are going direct gussie. So I will just clear the disco there. And then at East Midlands, we should be doing the ILS runway 27 on the Croft 1 Echo. Croft 1 Echo via Rokup. There it is. So we'll insert that. Check for discos. Yeah, that looks good to me. Alright. Looking good then. Let's get our takeoff performance then. So we can head into here, go weight balance, takeoff, perf. That all looks good. We may have to, yeah, we'll do a toga, I think. Probably. Oh no, flex will do. We have 158 meters of margin. So take out, oh, what did I click? Wrong thing. So QNH, what was our QNH? 9er, so let's set that. Windows 240 at 3. At 3, it's going to be flaps 1, and we'll request that. Let's get the master switch and then the APU going. There it goes. Fuel pumps can also come on. Alright, good stuff. Should be a very nice departure out of Inverness. Silas, should I get the 321 Neo or the A330 Neo? Completely up to you. I think the A321 is, in terms of the cockpit textures, is a little bit better, but I think the A330 has some nice new features as well. I think at the end of the day, it comes down to which aircraft you prefer, whether you're going to be flying short haul, long haul. The A321 Neo is more versatile in my opinion. You can obviously do short haul, medium haul, and even some long haul with the XLR variant. So completely up to you, personal preference wise. Let's we got APU available, we do. So bleed can go on, external power off, and we'll get rid of everything here. Parking brake is set, we don't need the chocks. And all the doors are closed, and you can see the aircraft here in all its glory. I don't know why the cones don't disappear. It's a bit of a strange one. That should hopefully disappear in a second as well. There it goes. Cones. They're not going to disappear, are they? Not sure why the cones suddenly don't want to disappear, and there's a random GPU that doesn't want to disappear either. Oh well, that's fine, we'll push back anyway. Alright, that's cool for the pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Probably get the 321 near now and the A230 at Christmas. Brilliant. Good to see the A321. I'm new to XP12, still coping with the different cockpit textures. Overall, I think XP in terms of weather and environment is getting much better. Yes, I agree. I mean, just look outside the window. Look at that. Looks beautiful. But yeah, sometimes some of the cockpit textures, modeling, etc. does need some work. I absolutely agree. Alright. Nice evening flight here. Let's get our pushback clearance then. Inverness Tower, CUDA 818, request push and start. Start approved, alright. Inverness Tower, CUDA 818, request push and start. They only heard the start bit.
CUDA 818, push and start approved. Face north.
Oh, they do want to take us on that taxiway. I'm just gonna check. Oh yeah, we can take that taxiway. For sure, alright. Push and start approved, face north, CUDA 818.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Everyone, and welcome. Glad to have you here. The ground services are from XP Javelin. I'll put a link in the chat in a second as we push back here. And the P2F mod is also from XP Javelin. Right, they're connecting. In the meantime, same tensions, yes, absolutely.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Alright, so this is the ground services. I'm going to put a link in the chat. As you can see, it does require fly with lure. So that's the ground services, and then if you were interested, we have today's livery here, as you can see, and you do require the P2F mod by XP Javelin as well. This is super simple install, just drag and drop. It's really easy, but you do get a nice freighter variant as well. So I'll put a link to this in the chat as well.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Alright, so ready for the pushback then. We'll get the beacon on. I'm going to get the seatbelt signs on, otherwise the aircraft will probably complain at me, so we'll just put those both to on. And I think we're good to go. Release the parking brake. We're running the IAE engines today, as you can see. My favourite engines. Alright, there we go then. Let's go ahead and start engine number... let's go ahead and start engine number 1. This is Inverness by Boundless, by the way, if you're wondering. I think it was super cheap, like $4.99 or something. Really, really cheap. It was on sale, I believe, so it's a really nice airport for some short hops. Yeah, XP Javelin is doing some fantastic stuff. Obviously, the simple ground services are just great. I use them all the time, every flight, every stream, I'm using them. And it's got these handy little shortcuts here, which I use all the time. So some of them have gone, but with the Toliss, you can bring up the ISCS from here. You can bring up better pushback, and if you have SAM or Open SAM or default X-plane jetways when you're at the gate, you can operate them all from here. So it's like it's a really nice UI of a bunch of stuff you can do. Oh yeah, Arion, absolutely. It's a long, sleek. It's a sort of long, sleek look. Kind of like the Rolls-Royce RB211s, but smaller. I really like them.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
And this livery, both this one and the passenger variant livery, is compatible with all overwing exit configurations, or if you want your winglets, if you want sharklets, or wing fences, sorry, any engine. So we should probably actually stick wing fences on, as you can see, if we're flying an older variant of the aircraft. So yeah, it's all compatible. I'm using the CUDA engine mod, so it's compatible with the CUDA engine mod and the default engines. But I highly recommend the CUDA engines for the Toliss fleet. Maybe it's just I'm missing the cigar engines.
Toliss disconnected.
Yeah,
the bypass pin has been removed.
On the original 737s.
We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Hey, Captain Andre, welcome. How's it going, my friend? Engine number 2 is starting now. Did we ever accept those? We never accepted these performance calculations, so we should probably actually uplink that. There it is. And speaking of our trim, up 0.2, so let's do that. Flight control, up 0.2. There it is. Now this passenger to freighter mod doesn't actually change anything to do with the weight, the performance, or anything of the aircraft. It is purely a visual mod. So the aircraft still thinks we're carrying passengers, in theory. But here's a whole interior to it as well, actually. If we unlock the door. You can see that the regular cabin's gone, and you have a bit of a sort of cargo look over here. The door isn't operational, this door. It's just a object. It was makes the install so simple. But yeah, then we actually do have some cargo in here as well, which is quite cool. Door in there. Close the door. There it is. Alright, good start on both engines then. Owen Tomlinson, a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that, Owen. Your support is absolutely invaluable to the channel. Really, really appreciate that. Cami, welcome. How's it going? Flaps 1 then. We'll arm speed brakes, predicted wind shear, and the weather radar can go on. Alright. Everything up here is looking good. APU can now go off. Let's go ahead and get our taxi clearance then. There's something about this low bypass turbo fan, so noisy and inefficient, but they look... It could be a... Oh yeah, absolutely, I agree. I really like the low bypass engines. Maybe from an engineering perspective, I shouldn't, since we are very much focusing on higher bypass engines, but yeah, no, those lower bypass engines look and sound absolutely amazing. Hey, Nikki, welcome. How's it going? Alright, let's get our taxi clearance here. Inverness Tower, CUDA 818, ready for taxi.
CUDA 818, runway 23 taxi via Echo Foxtrot.
Runway 23 taxi via Echo Foxtrot, CUDA 818. Alright, let's go. Let's get our head tracker working here. There it is, look at that, that's beautiful. Using the Sky Reel as well. By a very active member on our Discord, a beautiful Lua script. We do need to get our auto brakes to max. Cabin check. So cabin is of course checked because we have no passengers. And we'll do takeoff config in a little bit. Beautiful. Performance is back to normal now, about 35 FPS. Love the IAE engines better than the current Neo A321s. Oh yeah, out of the 4 engine variants that we have on the A320 family, I think the IAEs are my favorite. Then the PWs, 'cause the howl is just iconic. Then the CFM 56s have some pretty interesting reverses. And then the Leaps. The Leaps are a great engine, performance-wise and efficiency-wise. Very popular, of course, among A321, or just A320neo aircraft in general, but they're not much to look at. And the sound is pretty standard, really. No buzz or anything, well, not that much anyway. So this is a runway we're technically going to be taxiing onto. A very small runway, but it's not actively being used as a runway. Yeah, the IAE engines are by far my favorite, both in the visuals, so how they look, and the sound of them as well. So here we are. Don't worry, we're not taking off on this runway. We are just using it as a taxiway for now. How does your grass look so good? The grass is custom from the scenery. So from the Boundless Inverness scenery. If you put exclamation DEP in the chat, Nightbot should give you a link to the scenery. Look at that. I'll switch to daytime once we land and show you the livery in some proper lighting, because it looks darker than it sort of is meant to at night. It's just during the day it's a slightly lighter shade of grey. But yeah, looks great. Is this an active virtual airline? At the minute, just delivery for the channel. So I made the channel delivery just really for flights where we don't have real world routes and you want to fly that route anyway. They are now available to download for you guys to use as well. But then I am looking into starting a virtual airline as well. But yeah, for now it's just delivery. But who knows what we can do with it, where we can go. Alright, we're going to stop here at the hold short. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Ariane. So I do quite like delivery, if I say so myself. It would be very expensive in real life, of course, for airlines to paint this, but hey, that's the benefit of the sim, right? Jonathan, welcome. How's it going, my friend? Beautiful pictures you sent of that Challenger on the Discord. Really appreciate that. Looks great, and I'm now thinking of getting the Challenger 650, the hot start. But we'll see. Alright, so we're holding short of the runway. Let's tell ATC that we want to backtrack. So we're backtracking 05. Alright. Inverness Tower, CUDA 818, currently holding short runway 05, looking to backtrack for runway 23.
CUDA 818, runway 23 is assigned for departure. Please taxi to runway 23 via Echo Foxtrot.
Yeah, Roger, we're holding short runway 23, looking to backtrack. I think that same tension struggles a little bit when you enter the runway from an intersection and you need to backtrack. It doesn't really fully understand what you need to do. Of course, in real life, this would be just obvious that we're going to backtrack. Ah, Jonathan. Amazing. 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very, very much. I was meant to be doing the members only stream last week, but got busy. So looking to do it hopefully this week, if not next week, but that is coming very soon. If you did receive a membership from Jonathan, do say thank you. And Jonathan from me, thank you very much as well. Alright, come on, say intentions. Inverness Tower, CUDA 818, holding short, runway 23. Maybe lunchtime back taxi. Yeah, I think it's just going to clear us for takeoff here straight away, and we'll figure it out. Oh, did Nikki get one? Perfect. Brilliant. Right, Say Intentions has decided to stop responding to me. When it works, it's great, but it sometimes just throws a bit of a fit and doesn't know what to do. Inverness Tower, CUDA 818, radio check.
CUDA 818, readability 5.
Holding short, runway 23, request a back taxi, CUDA 818. Let's see if it responds to that.
CUDA 818, backtrack approved. Line up and wait, runway 23.
Backtrack approved, line up and wait, runway 23. CUDA 818. Thank you very much, Jonathan. That worked. Good suggestion. Alright, so we'll get the strobes on. And oh, we didn't get our nose lights on. Whoops. Alright, so we have been told to line up and wait. Alright. Nothing on the approach or on the other side. We'll get our TCAS on now. Alright. So we'll backtrack on this runway and then we'll go to the end and flip it around and take off. Yeah, beautiful lighting. This is lifetime live weather. It's actually really nice weather in the UK at the minute. Been doing a lot of flying in the real world, taking advantage of this weather. But unfortunately no flying this weekend, as my my local flying club, the one I train at, is hosting the LAA Rally, which is the Light Aircraft Association here in the UK. And every year the Light Aircraft Association here in the UK have a rally, sort of a big fly-in, and there's loads of sort of events and aircraft for flying, and you know, a really good social event for light aircraft enthusiasts. So they'll be hosting that, so unfortunately no training going on. But that'll be fun. I am planning to go down, but I also have the task of reading the aerodrome manual, which is something I need to do before I actually obtain my my PPL. So I thought the perfect opportunity. If I can't fly, I'll go down to the airport, look at a bunch of cool light aircraft. Look at a bunch of light aircraft and read the aerodrome manual, I guess. One of those legalities that we must do. Right, we're gonna turn it around here. Forecast not great for the weekend anyway. Oh really? I've not actually looked at the weather yet because I wasn't flying, but yeah, when you're doing your PPO especially, student weather limits are obviously very limiting, even compared to when you have your full PPL or an instrument rating, so it's really difficult, especially in the UK, to get decent enough weather for student solo nav flights and stuff. So as soon as you start flying away from your aerodrome, the limits get even more limiting, but it's all in the name of safety, right? So it's just one of those things. Every pilot's gonna go through that kind of stuff. Many legalities. Oh yeah, of course. All right. Oh, look at that lineup. Beautiful. Set the parking brake. Yes, I am using the Tobii Eye Tracker, yeah, absolutely. But I only use it for taxi. Now pretty much remain off for the majority of the flight unless I'm doing some sightseeing. We have a depression off the west coast, occluded front by the weekend. Ah, right. Well, I hope it doesn't affect the flying too much. I'm looking forward to seeing a bunch of different aircraft the weekend. Alright. Inverness Tower, landed up and awaiting runway 23. We are ready for departure. CUDA A18. New Skies, welcome. How's it going?
CUDA 818, runway 23, winds calm, clear for takeoff.
Runway 23, winds calm, cleared for takeoff. CUDA 818. I don't know why I read back winds calm, but there you go. Right, lights going on. Can't see, it's very dark in here. Dome light, we'll make sure that's off. There it is. Alright, let's go. Spool them up about 50%. And flex.
Thrust set.
Oh, chrono. Better late than never. 100 knots.
100 knots. V1. Rotate.
Using up every little bit of runway there. What's a climb? Gears going up.
Gear up.
Go for a little flyby here. Oh, look at those lights. Lovely. Beautiful. Oh yeah, paid for all the runway, use all the runway. We're channeling our inner Aero Super.
CUDA 818, contact departure on 122.605 or 5 bars.
Contact departure 122.605, CUDA 818. Alright, press climb. And we can switch now 122.605. Inverness departures, CUDA A18 climbing through altitude 2,400 for 4,000.
CUDA 818, Inverness radar, identified. Climb flight level 170, turn right, heading 190, vectors to gust C, then as filed in...
Climb flight level 170, right heading 190, vectors to gust C, then as filed. CUDA 818. Right, 190 is pretty much that heading anyway. We can go up to 170.
CUDA 818, climb flight level 210.
Climb flight level 210, CUDA 818. Proximo, welcome, how's it going? And something also at the bottom, we got a little CUDA logo at the bottom here. Oh yes. There goes the flaps, so yeah, actually we'll put the flaps up.
Speed check.
We're above the green dots.
CUDA 818, contact Scottish Control on 133.2.
Scottish Control 133.2, CUDA 818. Alright. 1332, so let's tune that. Scottish Control, CUDA 818, climbing through altitude 5,100 for flight level 210. Port Noodle Master, welcome. Flight's going good so far. Oh, no one's listening. 132, 133. Scottish Control, CUDA 818, climbing through flight level 670 for 210. Yeah, incorrect frequency.
CUDA 818, Scottish Control identified. Good evening.
We'll get the wing light off. Oh, it is off. Oh, that'll be the landing light, that's why. Ooh, lovely. Does your flight serve burgers? Well, considering we're carrying cargo, no. There we are, CUDA cargo.
CUDA 818, Scottish Control, climb flight level 270.
Climb flight level 270, CUDA 818. Alright, flight level 270. Delivering haggis, absolutely. Alright, that is us on our way down to East Midlands. Thank you, Jonathan. Yeah, I know. This is the beauty of the sim though, right? It would be very expensive to paint this as well, I imagine. But here, worked temporarily for Air New Zealand, didn't it, with their all black liveries, but I imagine that cost them quite a lot. Actually, what is our cabin temp? I don't think X-Plane simulate that, would it? The colour of the paint on the fuselage affecting the temperature inside the cabin. I doubt it. I'd be very surprised. A little flyby here as we leave Inverness behind us. You know, it'd be great if, I'm pretty sure this would break multiple regulations, but it'd be pretty cool if the CUDA cargo, the text, it could be painted in like glow-in-the-dark paint, so it pops out at night. Pretty sure that would not be possible, but there you go. 1 hour 26 minutes into my flight, United 767-400 ER. TJSJ to EWR, Newark. TJSJ, I can't remember. What airport is that? It's it'll be one of the ones in the Caribbean, right? I imagine. But actually, yeah, we've not flown the 767-400 in quite a long time, so might have to do that at some point. Climb flight level 310, CUDA 818. Alright, slowly getting cleared up to our cruise. Rex, don't matter if you turn off your transponder. Ah yes, Son, Puerto Rico. How long's that flight? That must be 3 or 4 hours roughly? Or am I way off there? Head into a bit of cloud here. So we're looking about an hour flight time for today's flight. Block time is 4 hours, should be around 3 hours. 30, yeah, got you. That's a nice flight actually, nice route. So, coming up then, in the next couple of streams, we have Adelaide International Airport from NK Studios, from Microsoft Flight Sim, to stream another fantastic MK Studios scenery. So we will be heading down to Australia to check that out. I also saw that Thranda is close to releasing their new Bonanza, the next aircraft in their DGS lineup, so we may check that out at some point as well. It's looking pretty nice. Looks like they've made some improvements to their sort of DGS system.
Climb flight level 360.
Cool. Climb flight level 360, CUDA 818. So we may take a look at that Bonanza at some point. We have quite a few GA stuff to do actually. We need to still look at the CALS DA40 Microsoft Flight Sim. We need to look at the Piper, the PA44, or is it the 34? The Seneca for X-Plane, that is the Captain Iceman series. Piper Seneca, which we're going to take a look at that as well. So a little bit of GA stuff to come, which should be pretty fun. Some VFR flying. All good stuff. Senecas are awesome, and now you have to get the hot start challenge. Yes, yeah, I know. There's a few aircraft which I haven't actually flown yet though, like the Velis and the. I got the Rotate MD-18. I've not flown that yet, so I've got a few to get through. But no, the hot start challenge is on my list for sure. Always love a good biz jet. Good stuff. Yeah, it is obviously quite pricey, but in all honesty, I don't have it, but you know, from what I've seen and from what people have told me, it seems to be absolutely worth the price, considering the level of detail you get in that thing. Bit of rain.
CUDA 818, climb flight level 370.
Climb flight level 370, CUDA 818. And there it is, there's our cruise altitude then. 370. I can probably get the lights off now actually as well. Should have done that a while ago. There you are. Yeah, we'll get the lights off to avoid that Star Wars effect. If it goes on sale, then I'll buy it. I think I've only ever seen it on sale once, which was I think last year or the year before, I can't remember. Anti-ice on? It is not, but I think the rain has stopped. What's the minus 6 degrees. We should let's get that on. There it is. Alright. Gotta love flying the Toliss. I'll tell you, we have some great great A320 simulations. We obviously the Toliss, the Phoenix, both absolutely fantastic. Not much to see, but hopefully we will get out of this cloud pretty soon. Yeah. Completely no visibility at the minute. Oh, there it is, but breaking out the cloud. Always amazes me how little fuel you need on these things. They are so incredibly efficient. I mean, we only took, what was it, 6 tons I think, block. We'll probably land with 4, I would suggest. Probably we can go, yeah, 3.4 we'll land with, so we'll only use realistically about 3 tons. If you do fly the 767-400ER, make sure to get the CF6 engine mod by Mango or use a CUDA. Yeah, absolutely. I do have the Mango engine mods. They make a huge difference. You're absolutely correct. I've got the Mango engine mods and I've got the
CUDA A321, expect
Mango
a Cross 1
as
Echo
well.
arrival. Expect to descend in about 20 minutes. Reach out if you want an early start.
Expect the Croft 1 Echo arrival and we'll descend in about 20 minutes. CUDA A18. Alright. X-Plane seriously has tube liner simulations in the bag. Yeah, we have so much. We have so much. Golden Aviation, welcome. How's it going, my friend? You know, the wide range of airliners we have in X-Plane is just fantastic, and I am glad to see more come into Microsoft Flight Sim. It's still, you know, slow going. We have the A320s, 737s, 777s, you know, the popular stuff, but we don't have some of the retro stuff, you know, like a 747-200 or stuff like that. I'm good, thank you, Golden Aviation. Good. Always happy when we're flying. Won't be long before we're passing over Glasgow. Alright, let's get the anti-ice off now. Clear of any precipitation or moisture. Is CUDA Cargo getting a 767 freighter added to their fleet soon? Yeah, so my plan is I'm going to finish the Toliss Airbuses off, because I'm going to finish off the A319 and I need to do the A320. Shouldn't take too long, because a lot of shared assets and stuff. Then I'll do the A330, the A340, and I'll do the A340 cargo mod as well, probably. But I'll see on that. So I want to get all the Tolisses done. Then I will probably do I could do the 757, 767. Because the good thing with those is because the way deliveries work, I can in one delivery package include a CUDA passenger CUDA cargo variants, because the freighters and the passenger variants use different objects. So I can have all that in one fleet, and so you just whichever one you pick, you'll be able to, you know, you'll use the correct extras, which is really nice with the flight factor. With the 757, I could do our classic CUDA corporate as well, I suppose. But yeah, I'm gonna go through the most aircraft that I have at least, and try and get them done. I was actually doing the 152 yesterday, the Just Flight 152. Little CUDA flight school livery on it. No worries, Jonathan. Thank you very much for stopping by, and thank you very much for your gifted memberships as well. Any update on your research on the comparison of ortho, and map announcement? No. The last week I've been incredibly busy away from flight sim, away from home in general, to be fair. So I've not really been able to do much recently, but the next week or two I'll be getting around to doing some more of that, and then I'll probably let you guys know on the Discord or potentially in a video what I think. But in all honesty, the latest auto version, the forked version, and the latest map enhancement version, both are working really well for me so far, so it's actually quite a difficult comparison to make. But both working really nice. We are directly over Glasgow, there it is, beneath us. I do wish X-Plane fixed the way lights are projected, because if you're directly above a light, you don't actually see it very much. Whereas off at the side, you can see it kind of gets brighter and brighter the more of an angle we get to it. Maybe that's realistic, considering most street lamps don't project the light upwards, they project the lights downwards. Maybe nice for this to be a little bit brighter. But you know, I tried to do it in my light mod, but I couldn't figure out how. Because if I make this brighter, this is too bright, so I have to, you know, make a balance. Speaking of auto, I saw an update of it in Reddit wasn't included. I've heard that it beats the free version of map enhancement. So the new update is really a bunch of fixes. They have also integrated the newest Bing Maps data into it. So it's updated all the Bing Map data, a load of fixes, and I have spoken to the developer. So this developer is not the original AutoAuthor developer. AutoAuthor is open source, so any developer can go along, edit it, and release their own version. That's what this developer's done, and their plans are pretty good. At the minute, they're trying to get it fixed up into a much more, you know, usable state, get the scenery downloads fixed, and then they'll add more features and stuff like that. But yeah, mainly at the minute, just features for the new AutoAuthor update. Sorry, mainly bug fixes, small fixes, optimizations, etc. And of course the new Bing Map as data as well was integrated. But it's nice that it's now being developed again, because AutoAuthor had no updates for quite a long time, almost 18 months I think. The original developer has got busy with life, I believe, so... Yeah, I have to say both AutoAuthor and map enhancement working pretty well for me at the minute, so I've been using them when I've been flying, and at the minute they're performing very well, both of them very similar. Let's see, alright, we're almost at our top of the climb. Been a relatively slow climb up. Only doing 800 feet per minute at the minute. Clouds look great though. These clouds look very, very good. So does this general lighting. To be fair, the atmospherics are just fantastic. Golden Aviation, if you want to DM me on Discord, I can send you a link to the latest version, the forked version. But yes, I think that's one of the things they're trying to fix, is the base package download. That's been an issue for quite some time. It seems to have increased recently as well. I'm getting a lot of support requests because the base packages are throwing up errors when trying to download. So I think that's something they're trying to work on, trying to fix, maybe come up with a better solution for downloading those. But yeah, that's a known issue for sure and being worked on. Go for a little flyby. Brilliant, glad to see you there, Golden Aviation. As we get a lovely flyby. I haven't, like I said, I haven't done a flight in probably over a week, and I've not flown the Toliss Airbuses in probably 2 at least. So the landing will be interesting. We'll do our best. But of course, flying is a skill which can fade. If you don't fly for quite a long time, you will get some skill fade. Even experienced pilots will get skill fade. It's one of the reasons why, in order to maintain our licenses and stuff, we have to fly a certain amount of hours or a certain amount of landings per month or per year to retain those licenses. You can't just not fly for a year and come back to it. You will, you need to sort of slowly ease yourself back in. What's the latest version? 7.2. So the latest official version is 7.2, yes. The latest forked version is 8, version 8, I believe. Let me see if I can find it now and give you guys a link. Alright, yeah, so it's this here. I'll confirm it. It's actually had a few updates. I need to update my own version. So if I just bring this across here real quick, we have so let's see, there's a few pages here. So here is the original fork. We have improved memory management, improved memory release, improvements to memory cache, parallel file download verification. So they've tried to improve the file download retry logic if the scenery package fails to download, and the button's not locked as well, which was an issue. They merged new Bing imagery, some validations, warning to install. This is quite a big update here. Why 1.01? Revamp UI, zoom levels, all that good stuff. There's quite a lot here actually in the change log. So, added a settings tab to the UI. Changing settings no longer requires modifying a file by hand. So now you can edit those. You know, previously I was getting you guys to go into the .ini file for the auto. Now you can do it in the UI, it looks like. Added tooltips, added because max zoom level, max zoom near airports. That's good. So now from 16 and 18, you can go to zoom level 17 and 19, which is really nice. Auto clean cache when exiting program, that's really good. SimHeaven compatibility, scenery package progress bar, that's nice. Saving memory again, more documentation. So there's a starred one here. Where's the starred for? Why can't I find this star? Oh, there it is. So this bit isn't compatible with X-Plane 11 due to limitations, but it is compatible with X-Plane 12. So that's just page 1. There's a whole new page here, more fixes. So now we're on 1.1. A lot of this is just development stuff that might not be relevant to the majority of us, as you know, just users. For example, this, I have no idea what this means, but I'm sure you developers will know. Improved UI, folder creation. There's some really good changes here, actually. Really. Added Apple Maps as a provider, which is experimental. Fix some crashes. Fix crashes. Yeah, a bunch of fixes. Improved upscaling. Fixing new downloaded files. Alright, I have some testing to do, I think, guys. A lot of testing to do for that new auto version. That's a lot of changes, and I've been away from my PC for about a week, so that's really good. I'm glad to see some work being done there. Speaking of Toliss, I was keen to get the 321C. That's probably my favorite variant. I wanted a change from the default A320 Neo V2 in Microsoft Flight Sim. The thing holding me back is the poor textures. Never purchased an aircraft before, so I think I'll buy the 777 V2, as I love the 777. Yes, the 777 is probably, from flight pack to the V2, is definitely one of the best airliners in the sim. It's absolutely fantastic. The Toliss, I think the A320 family textures aren't bad. I've never had too much of an issue with them, in all honesty. Comparing to Phoenix, which is obviously a different sim, or the flight back to 777, they are obviously not as high quality as that. But I think they do the job here. The A330 and the A340 is where I find the textures really lack. But you know, if you stick the CUDA engines, you get a nice sound pack. The default sounds aren't great on the Toliss aircraft, so you get the COSP sound pack is probably the one I'd recommend, the best one. Mango has a cheap option as well, which is very good, but I think COSP just about beats it out. Get a nice sound pack, get the CUDA engines, and I think you're good to go. It's a fantastic aircraft, and it flies very well. Coming from Microsoft Flight Sim and the A320 Neo V2 from any builds, I think you'll find this a huge step above that, a huge step above that.
CUDA 818, cleared cross 1 Echo arrival into East Midlands. When you're ready, descend. Flight level 280.
Descend flight level 280, cleared cross 1 Echo arrival. CUDA 818. Alright, we'll start our descent shortly then. Sid, welcome. How's it going, my friend? Should I download the latest release? Yes, although I've not tested it yet. But I'll test it tomorrow. Yeah, generally latest release should do. Golden Aviation. I'll send you the link, yeah, after the stream as well. Yeah, the Phoenix is, I've said it a few times, I truly believe the Phoenix lineup of aircraft are some of the best value for money in flight sim as a whole. You know, they're great in, they've really improved the hand flying and the physics since release. The visuals are second to none, the sounds are second to none. The systems are fantastic and competing with Toliss in terms of the systems. They are very good. For the price the Phoenix offers as well, it's just beautiful. But yeah, Microsoft Flight Sim I think is a bit limiting for them. So they've had to take quite a lot of the physics and the hand flying aspect outside of the sim, which has improved it massively. But yeah, the Phoenix is very good. Very good. But yeah, Explain is fantastic too. I just hope they fix the way these lights are popping in and out, as you can see. That definitely needs fixing from Laminar. But we're getting there. We're really getting there. I truly believe we have two really great simulators. Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 is great. Even 2020 is still great.
CUDA
XP12
818,
is
descend
great.
flight level
11 still very
200.
good. Descent flight level 200. CUDA 818. Let's start descent then. So, you know, fantastic options, fantastic add-ons for both. We are in a great time for flight simulation. We honestly are. Start our descent then. We'll do some landing calculations here. I know East Midlands quite well, so we should be perfectly fine. Yeah, plenty of space. Auto brake low will do us perfectly fine, and we'll get our destination data in then. It's pretty calm here. So wind is 200 at 5. QNH 1005. Temperature is 20 degrees. Our minimums. Let's have a look. So Auto has been updated by a different developer, so it's a forked version. The improvements that I just read on the page look very, very encouraging. So I will take a look. I'll let you guys know tomorrow what I think of the new Auto update. Whether it's better than map enhancement, I don't know. I need to test it. What's our minimum then, did we say? So it's going to be, yeah, to be fair, it's going to be a Cat 1 482 on the minimums. There it is. And we're descending nicely. Beautiful. We're going to get a lovely nighttime arrival here into East Midlands Airport. I tell you, I can't wait to do
descend flight level 080.
Descend flight level 080, CUDA 818. I can't wait to. I'll be doing some zone transits over East Midlands Airport airspace as part of my PPO training pretty soon. It's the closest sort of large international airport to where I fly. So we do in fact we do have to make sure when I'm flying VFR that I'm not infringing on their airspace, because their airspace is directly above us. Oh yeah, 777 V2 is up there for sure. Yes, Golden Aviation, I agree, yeah, the rendering of lights. Yes, the draw distance of these lights definitely needs some work, I agree. Yes, Q4XP, Rotate, MD11, all fantastic. I know it's not payware, but the Zebra 737 is honestly very, very good as well for the, you know, considering it's free. Very good value for money. Hot Start Challenger, yep. There's some really, really good payware aircraft. Really, really good payware aircraft. For X-Plane. Yeah, the rendering of lights like this is just not, it's not particularly pleasing, is it? I really do hope that's something which gets addressed pretty soon. I am looking forward to Hot Start. I know they're bringing their TBM 900 across, so really can't wait for that as well. To finally be in X-Plane 12. Aerobas, yes, absolutely. The DR401 Robin is free, a great general aviation aircraft. And just even the Aerobas payware stuff is absolutely fantastic. Great value for money on those as well. The Diamonds, the Epic E1000 turboprop, the Epic Victory Jet, just really, really good stuff.
Contact London Control on 133.6.
London Control 133.6, CUDA 818. Alright. 1336. Oh, look at that, perfect. London Control, CUDA 818 descending through flight level 267 for 080. Just flight random, yeah, they just do great stuff.
Identified. Good
There's so
evening.
many. The Pipers are pretty nice. Brander's PC12 is pretty nice as well. That stream was very popular. We need to fly the TBM. Sorry, the PC12 again. Just fly BAE 146 as well. Considering the price, very, very good. Hey, welcome. Yeah, no, absolutely. Golden Aviation. Sometimes it's nice to go one at a time with aircraft. Approach, yes. We are currently descending. We're a little bit far away for the approach, but we are descending. Speaking of which, let's get a fix in here. So, at East Midlands Airport, runway 27. The radial is, I just know, it's 088. I just know East Midlands Airport, that's a radial. 10 nautical mile radius. There it is. That should give us a lovely extended sense line, the blue line there. Brilliant. And a 10 nautical mile fixed ring. Yeah, I've got the Arrow 3. I just did a, was it an Arrow? No, I did a review on the Turbo. Yes, I did a review on the Turbo Arrow 3 and the Warrior 2. And the Warrior 2 review should be coming out soon on xplanereviews.com. But yeah, those are really nice. I do like them. What's your favourite aircraft in XP12? Oh, I don't know. That's a difficult one. My go-to for test flights and just anything in general, my go-to is the Toliss Airbus fleet. Probably the A321 is my most flown. I love it. But the 777-V2 is up there for sure. The Citation from TalkSim C525 is up there as well. I really enjoyed that aircraft. There's so many. I'm sure I'm forgetting a few, but there's so many fantastic aircraft we have in the sim. Right, overflying on Manchester now. So this is Manchester, as you can see. Manchester Airport, directly below us. Good stuff. Not sure what this green haze is. We are now on the Star into East Midlands. Yes, absolutely, approximately 757, 767, nice. And considering their age, they're pretty good. They are still getting updates, of course, and then they will overhaul them completely at some point. But yeah, the 777-V2 is on another level completely. I can't wait for the 787 and the A350 they're doing in collaboration with Toliss. That's going to be very good. Good stuff. Should be quite a nice approach here into East Midlands. Cannot wait for the 787. Love the Dreamliner. Yes, it is it's the one major aircraft that we are missing in XP12. The one major airline that we're missing is a 787. Absolutely. Descending a little bit further. Have you studied 777 for a long time? There is quite a lot to learn with the 777, not just in the operation of the aircraft itself, but the way flight back have done things, and their, you know, the way the crew works, the crew communication, the maintenance features, all that sort of stuff. Definitely recommend reading through the 777 manual, because there's a lot to read there. But it's a great aircraft, it really is. Actually, flying the 777 on a standard A to B, you know, flight is not too bad. It's a pretty automated aircraft for a Boeing, so it's a great scenery. It's a great aircraft even. Golden Aviation, yeah, I agree. I think there needs to be some tighter restrictions on what can be put on the Microsoft Flight Sim store, because there's a lot of products which are very close to just a straight up scam on there. Some really terrible products on there, and it's a shame. See, Aerobas isn't far from their Falcon 8X a few months. Yes, I have been keeping my eye on that project. I really look forward to that, because Aerobas have provided us with some amazing, really amazing aircraft. So I think they have stepped it up with this Falcon 8X, it looks like. So that'll be one to look out for sure. I'm very excited for that. Right, we are descending. Now East Midlands has some weird approaches here. So we're going to go up like this, and then we're going to basically... This isn't a holding pattern, it's close to a holding pattern, it's not a holding pattern. Can I zoom in a little bit more? Yeah, so we're going to go up, we're going to go around, unless we get a direct to, but this is just how the approaches here, East Midlands, are. My flight instructor flies, or used to fly into East Midlands regularly. So I did ask him, do you actually fly this loop here? And he goes, yes, unless instructed by ATC, you fly the full arrival, which is this sort of loop that's going on here. Generally, you get a direct to, but it's not guaranteed. So a little bit strange of an arrival, but there you go. It's pretty standard for East Midlands. I think the purpose of it is because we couldn't descend too low, because we passed over Manchester airspace, so we couldn't descend too low into the path of aircraft going in and out of Manchester. They added this little extra loop here if you needed it to help descend.
CUDA 818, London Control, contact East Midlands radar on 126.18.
East Midlands radar 123.18, CUDA 818. Alright, we'll go to East Mids radar 126.18. East Midlands radar CUDA 818, currently inbound on the Croft 1 Echo arrival, descending through flight level 146.4080. There is a bit of fading on the beacon
CUDA
right there.
818 East Midlands radar identified. Good evening. Expect the ILS runway 27 approach into East Midlands.
Expect the ILS 27 approach into East Midlands, CUDA 818. And now Saint Engines, in a new update, a few weeks ago this came out actually, gives you your arrival gate that you can expect as well, which is really nice for planning. So I am just going to take a look at where that gate is. West Apron 505. I think I know where that is.
CUDA 818, descend. Altitude 3000, turn right, heading 120 vectors for the ILS runway 27 approach.
Descend altitude 3000, turn right, heading 120 vectors for the ILS 27 approach, CUDA 818. Alright, let's descend, so 3000, I'm going to go open descent, and then heading was 120. There we are, so we're not going to have to fly that weird approach loop. They are just going to vector us in, which is perfect. About 15, 16, 17 miles out from that, we've got approximately 10,000. We might need some speed brake, if I'm totally honest. So we'll get those out, we'll get the lights on. There we are, because we're a bit high at the minute. I need to buy one aircraft for XP12 considering I already own the Phoenix and the PMDG 777. Have you tried the Zebo 737? That's free. Definitely worth trying that. In terms of airliners, the Flight Factor 757, 767 could be good. They are a bit older, but they're very nice and obviously don't have counterparts on my actual flight sim at the minute. The Rotate MD-11, very good aircraft as well. I'm gonna get full speed brake here to get us down. Only 168 nautical miles to my top descent. When I said I was an hour 30 minutes in, I was lying. I read the chrono wrong. That was 138 minutes in. Ah, I see. Yes, big difference. We are currently 49 minutes in, so yeah, I expect we'll land at about 55 minutes mark, which is exactly what was predicted, actually. So yes, the Toliss 747 might be a slow learning path. Yes, but I think it's absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it. I'm going to set our QNH 1005. Everything else I believe is good to go here. Should be a fun landing. Yes, oh yes, yeah, I missed that stream though. V1 flew the Toliss yesterday, yeah. Probably a pretty good opportunity to learn it, actually, thinking about it. Right, let's see how we're doing here. We could be potentially a bit high.
CUDA 818, turn left heading 100.
Got flaps 1 in.
Speed check, flaps 1.
Left heading 100, CUDA 818. That should help us a little bit, hopefully. And then we'll let it fly at S speed for now. So, because we are managed speed, if we don't put flaps 2 out, it will just hold at this S speed. It won't go below S speed at all until we put the flaps out.
CUDA 818, turn right heading 130.
Right heading 130. I have a limited hotspot on my phone, but I don't have broadband. It works fine for XP and 2 tablets, but do you think auto would work? I think you might struggle, but it really depends on the speed of your hotspot.
CUDA 818, 7
have
miles
to
from
test it, to be fair.
CF27. Turn right heading 200, descend altitude 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 27 approach.
Turn right heading 200, descend altitude 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS 27 approach. CUDA 818. Alright. What? I'm gonna give it a second because we're a bit high. Wouldn't be able to do that in real life, but we can in the sim. Actually, there's the Glide Club coming in, so we can make our turn to 200. There is no better feeling than taking off successfully after setting up that button mess, and when you land safely, make a good landing in the Toliss. Yeah, I have it. I just can never find the time to properly learn it. I'm gonna go flaps 2 here,
2.
and I'll take the speed and go 180. Otherwise, it's gonna slow us down more than I want. And I'll go approach mode as well, so it should intercept the localizer. Interesting approach, yeah. Mainly because they kept me a bit high. So, see why I add this extended center line here? Extremely useful. Now I can see exactly where that localizer is going to be. I think I can stow the speed brakes now. Gorky, welcome. Have you seen the upcoming Dubai for XP12? Yes, I saw the teasers, yeah. Looks very interesting, for sure. Very interesting. Just go vertical speed here and give us a nice...
2,500.
nice slow level off here. My first learning flight was a short hop in Australia. After that I gave myself a challenge. I've done Pan Am double leg route from San Francisco to Saigon. That was fun. Wow. Very good. Yeah, definitely I need to get into the flight factor for sure. Alright, there's the turn. Intercepting the localizer. So we've got localizer star. And we're going to go down to 2,000. It's going to hold at 2,000.
2,000.
And then Alt GS is armed, so once we come into the localizer we will intercept that. What do you explain scenery add-ons? At the minute I'm using Orbex True Earth for the UK. I know you can't really see it because it's nighttime, but that's what I'm using. And my own nightlight mod is making the nightlights look all lovely, as you can see. Alright, localizer looking good. Cabin, of course, not carrying any cargo, but there you go. How far out are we? 10 miles, alright.
CUDA 818, contact East Midlands Tower on 124.005.
East Midlands Tower 124.005, CUDA 818. Contact tower. I am using Orbex East Midlands as well. 124.005. What's the ground frequency? I'll get that on in a little bit. East Midlands Tower, CUDA 818 established on the localizer runway 27. So the runway is ahead of us. I don't know why we don't have any runway lights.
CUDA 818, East Midlands Tower, runway 27 is active. Continue approach for runway 27, winds 270 at 4. CUDA 818, wind 270 at 4, runway 27 clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 27, CUDA 818. I'm slightly concerned I don't have runway lights for some reason.
CUDA 818.
Clear to land, runway 27, CUDA 818. Alright, there comes the localizer. Let's go manning the speed again. And we'll go gear down. Flaps
down.
3.
Speed check, flaps 3.
Let's get ATC turn up runway lights, yeah. I'm kind of hoping it's going to load in. I don't know why. I've had this... Or am I just straight up looking at the wrong... No, that is East Midlands Airport. There's no lights. Interesting. I'll have to... Maybe they're loading as we get closer. I have had that issue with... well, I installed an airport into my sim, a new airport scenery. Nothing to do with East Midlands. It was in Alaska somewhere, and it disabled all my airport lights and PAPI lights for some reason. So it could be that. Oh, there it is. Hello. There they are. Not sure why they took their time to load in, but there you go. This is why we have landing lights, absolutely. Alright, flaps full then.
Speed check, flaps full.
We are clear to land. Ground frequency is 121905, so let me quickly get that in. Into standby. Alright. Let's go ahead and land this A321 then. Alright, I have control. Nice and smooth. a bit of a crosswind from the left, but nothing to worry about. We are, this main road here that you can see, going from my right to the left, is the M1 motorway. The biggest motorway, or the longest motorway in the UK, I believe, or the busiest. I have flown down, I have driven down there many times, always keeping a lookout for the aircraft coming into East Midlands. Right, getting high here.
Think rate.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Spoilers.
Alright, just back. Oh, terrible landing. Is that an aircraft landing on the opposite runway?
70 knots.
Alright, we'll disable the auto brakes.
CUDA
Take this
818,
next
welcome to
exit.
East Midlands. Contact ground on
Says a plane coming at us.
121.905.
Stir the reverses. Why is it? Gotta love traffic global. True. At least we're flying passengers. There's something weird going on my X-plane. Everything is taking ages to load. The runway didn't load until we were at like 20 feet. I don't know if you guys also saw that, but it's struggling and I'm not sure what's happening. Contact ground 121.905, CUDA A18. X-plane definitely ain't performing too good right now. Welcome to East Midlands, absolutely. My home airport. And East Midlands ground, CUDA A18, vacated runway 27 on a mic.
CUDA 818, East Midlands ground, taxi to West Apron Gate 505 via Alpha Bravo. Good day.
Taxi to West Apron Gate 505 via Alpha Bravo, CUDA A18. Right, so we're currently on Alpha, so that's good. Stop the clock, exactly 1 hour.
CUDA 818, taxi to West Apron Gate 505 via Alpha Bravo.
Taxi to West Apron Gate 505 via Alpha Bravo, CUDA 818. What exactly are we transporting? You know, I don't know. Is that up for us to know? I guess the captain would in theory have to know, right? Shall we say we're transporting a load of haggis? Someone mentioned it earlier, I can't remember. But we'll go with that. Yeah, so for whatever reason, it took ages for the scenery to load. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I could see the buildings popping up on short final. The actual runway itself didn't load until we were at like 30 foot. I could just see the satellite imagery below it. The actual lights didn't load either. Oh, my strobes are still on. Now, gate 505 doesn't actually exist. So we're going to go to one of these cargo aprons here. Transporting bagels. Yeah. Right, flaps up. We'll disarm speed brakes as well. I think the captain would know. Yeah, I think the captain would know. And we'll get our predicted wind shear and the weather radar off. Very important. You don't want that, you don't want the radiation from the weather radar to be, you know, emitting anywhere near that ground crew. I'm gonna go to the end here. So this is the West Apron, but Saint Tension said gate 505, which doesn't exist. These are all 10 and then a number. So you know what? Closest, I guess we'll go 105. That should work. There's 105 in front of us. We'll get our lights off. Don't want to blind the ground crew. Hopefully we'll get a marshaller. There he is. Good stuff. We'll take a look at the replay, of course, and I will turn it to daytime just after the replay to show off the delivery properly. Yeah, not a great landing, but not too bad either. Hey, HGSim, welcome. It's a mod by XP Javelin. It's the Toliss A321 P2F mod, passenger to freighter mod. It's a super easy install as well. Alright. We'll get the parking brake on. I did post a link earlier as well, I believe. Right, APU, we'll get the APU bleed on. We'll shut the engines down. And there we are. So we were stable, ILS, approach, VMC conditions. It was slightly higher on the threshold. 317 feet per minute, 1.89 G. Not too bad, I guess. For cargo is fine. We got it down. Lovely. Let's let me end the flight on the Lancer. Alright. And let's take a look at that replay. Let it load. Here it goes. Yeah, so this road here is the M1 motorway. Like I said, I've driven on this many times. You can actually, the approach lights aren't positioned exactly correctly, but there is a row of approach lights just about here. They are very noticeable. So you can always tell when you're driving by the airport. There was, of course, the Midland Air crash here, 737-300, I believe. Had a single engine failure, and then they shut down the run engine and just about missed the motorway, but crashed into the bank here, unfortunately. But anyway, let's. Oh, I wish that logo light was a little bit more illuminating on our actual logo. But yeah, let's take a look at the replay. Yeah, HGSim, I'll drop a link in a second, absolutely. I think we floated it. Yeah. Floaty, floaty, floaty. And then it just settled itself down. Not too bad, I suppose. Not my greatest. See the warehouses here. Huge cargo hub is East Midlands, and it gets very busy right about now. At night, it's incredibly busy. Yep, definitely a very early flare, but not too bad. Like they say, if you can walk away from it, it's probably a good landing, right? So, good stuff. Alright, so let's, let me very quickly turn it to daytime, so we can have a nice look at the livery in all its glory. Is a DHL A330 spawns next, no, 767, sorry, spawns next to us. But yeah, here is the livery in daytime. Nice sort of shade of grey. We do have the Neo mask as well, but it's a bit difficult to see because the main fuselage is grey. Compatible with CUDA engines, all the engines, winglets, sharklets, whatever you want. We have the passenger variant as well. So yeah, there it is. All the good stuff. Cool. Alright, and that door does of course open. If you open the forward cargo door, this he says, there it is, that will open. Hey, thank you for subscribing, Vex. Welcome. So, let me grab that link then. It is the A321 P2F mod by XP Javelin. So there is a mod to the there's a link to the P2F mod. My livery is compatible with it. Very nice. Alright, so we will leave it there. We'll look at this beautiful East Midlands airport on the Orbex Chouette, looking absolutely fantastic. We are going to leave it there. Thank you all very much for being here. Really enjoyed the stream. Like I said, we are going to be taking a look at MK Studios Adelaide for Microsoft Flight Sim, most likely in 2024, but I'll do some testing and decide what sim we use. So we should be back hopefully tomorrow. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.